You say you want to be like me. Interesting. But do you understand what that means? You see a calm, calculated individual, focused, quiet, composed under pressure, and you think it's cool. You think it's powerful. Maybe you even think it's easy. But here's the truth. You don't want this life. Not really. You want results. You want the outcome. You want to skip the silence, the sacrifices, the nights where motivation dies and only mission remains. You want to look like you've mastered yourself, but you don't want to burn everything inside you that makes mastery possible. So, before we even begin, ask yourself, are you willing to kill your comfort? Are you willing to detach from emotion? Are you willing to walk alone? Because if not, stop now. This path isn't for the average. This path is for the relentless. To become like me, the first thing you must do is accept the cost. No version of mastery comes cheap. There is no shortcut to becoming someone that others fear, respect, or follow. I gave up things you still cling to. Comfort, attachment, distractions, validation. You don't become powerful by adding more. You become powerful by removing everything that weakens you. And the truth is, emotion is the first weakness you must kill. Not by pretending to be cold. Not by faking strength on social media. But by actually rewiring the way you think. Understand this. Emotion is a leash. The world pulls it whenever they want to control you. Anger, jealousy, fear, lust, pride, guilt. All of them, buttons others press to make you dance. You want to be free? Then cut the strings. Refuse to be reactive. Because when your emotions run the show, your mind becomes a prison. But when your mind commands your emotions, the world becomes a chessboard. You think you're in control? Let's test that. Ask yourself why you care so much about being liked. Why do you smile when you're uncomfortable? Why do you hesitate before speaking the truth? Why do you water yourself down just to fit in? The world has trained you to be soft. They feed you words like balance, self-love, and acceptance not because they care about your mental health, but because they fear your potential. A man or woman who is truly in control of their mind doesn't need anyone's approval. So ask yourself, are you still chasing applause? Are you still molding your identity to be palatable to others? Then you're still enslaved, because approval is anesthesia. It numbs your edge. It dulls your ambition. It keeps you soft enough to obey. Forget approval. Become undeniable. If you want to become like me, prepare for isolation. Not because it's trendy. Not because it's part of some motivational quote. But because growth only happens when you remove the noise. The world is addicted to attention. Everyone's broadcasting their lives, hoping someone cares. But true mastery is built in silence. You will train alone. You will study alone. You will execute plans that nobody understands. And you'll do it without applause, without likes, and without someone telling you you're doing well. That's the difference between you and them. They need encouragement. You need results. When you're truly committed, silence becomes your training ground. Solitude becomes your sharpening stone. While others drown in distractions, you learn to listen to the cold, brutal truth inside your mind, and face it. You don't fear being alone. You fear what you might hear in the silence. And that is exactly why you must stay there until you emerge hardened. Most people will never understand what I'm about to say, because most people are still waiting for motivation to save them. Let me tell you something dangerous. Motivation is the biggest lie you've been sold. It's emotional. It's fleeting. It dies the moment things get hard. I don't rely on motivation. I rely on systems, daily rituals, strict structure, clear rules. I do what's required, not what I feel. If you need to feel inspired to act, you've already lost. You want to be consistent? Remove the luxury of choice. Build your life like a machine. You train when it's raining. You study when you're tired. You show up when no one's watching. That's how you become a ghost with unstoppable precision. You don't rise because you feel like it. You rise because you decided that failure is not an option. Let's move deeper. You want to be powerful? Then learn to read people like algorithms. Most people speak without thinking. Their body moves before their brain catches up. They reveal their insecurities, their blind spots, their lies, all in seconds. You don't need to guess what someone wants. Just watch. The eyes, the tone, the hesitation, the over-explaining, the fake laugh. I study people the way you study entertainment. While you're reacting to what people say, I'm analyzing why they said it. What are they hiding? What do they fear? What mistake will they repeat? Understand this. People are patterns. Decode them and you gain control. Control over situations, over dynamics, over outcomes. You want to win in relationships, business, negotiation, and life? Start by listening more, observing more, saying less, Because power isn't in being loud. It's in knowing everything while revealing nothing. You've been told that feeling is human, that suppressing emotion is toxic. Let me correct that. Suppressing emotion isn't power, but neither is indulging in it. Real power is directing emotion like a weapon. When I'm under pressure, I don't collapse, because I've trained my nervous system to stay calm. While others panic, I'm breathing. While others scream, I'm planning. While others react, I execute. You think stoicism is about looking cold. It's not. It's about operating at full capacity, even when the world is on fire. Control your breath. Control your heart rate. Control your internal dialogue. Because if your emotions control your actions, then your enemies control your fate. Let's talk about failure. You treat it like it's toxic, like something to avoid, something shameful. That's why you're weak. I welcome failure. I dissect it. I break it down like a battlefield report. Every loss tells me something. Every mistake sharpens my edge. While others run from their weaknesses, I chase mine. I drag them into the light. I force them to improve or die. You want to grow? Stop sugarcoating your problems. Stop using emotion to justify inaction. You lost because you were unprepared. You failed because your strategy was flawed. You got rejected because you weren't undeniable yet. Fix it. Don't explain it. Don't cry about it. Fix it. Pressure isn't something I avoid. I seek it. Most people fold under pressure because they train in comfort. They seek progress without pain, success without stress. I do the opposite. I train under fire. I test myself in chaos. I put myself in situations where failure is not only possible, it's likely. Why? Because that's how you adapt. You don't become strong by avoiding weight. You become strong by lifting heavier and heavier burdens. Pressure reveals your true level. It reveals who you are without excuses or masks. So if you want to lead, build, dominate, or endure, make pressure your training partner. You want to become like me? Then becomes undeniable. Not liked, not followed, not praised. Undeniable, which means they may hate you, they may fear you, but they cannot ignore you, because your results are loud. Your reputation is cold and precise, and your presence commands attention without ever begging for it. You don't ask to be respected. You become someone they cannot disrespect. Through work, through mastery, through consistency, through outcomes. Let me share one final truth with you. This life is not for everyone. It's hard. It's lonely. It's brutal. You will lose people. You will be misunderstood. You will feel invisible, mocked, and even hated. But if you stay the course, if you train your mind, your body, and your spirit relentlessly, you will emerge as something rare, something dangerous, something powerful, because the world bows to those who master themselves. So now it's your choice. You want peace? Stay average. But if you want power, if you want transformation, if you want to become like me, then kill comfort, kill excuses, kill your need to be liked, and build a life so precise, so powerful, that no one can deny your existence. If you're done chasing comfort, if you're ready to walk the path of the disciplined, the silent, and the focused, like this video, comment, "I'm ready," and share this with someone who talks more than they act. Let the world chase distractions. You chase mastery, because in the end, they will remember the silent ones, the calm ones, the dangerous ones, the ones who never stopped.